42% of UK businesses are abandoning their AI projects right now. Here's how to make sure yours doesn't become a statistic. In this video, you'll discover the exact readiness factors that separate the 27% of businesses seeing real AI returns from the majority who are wasting money. I'll walk you through a practical assessment framework you can use today to know if you are actually ready for AI implementation. Hi, I'm Anna, and I need to be honest with you. I've spent 17 years in marketing and digital marketing and operations, building online schools, creating marketing systems, optimizing websites to #1 rankings. I've had successes and I've had failures. For the past year, I've been deep into AI and automation. And now I help content creators and business owners to implement AI solutions. But here's my actual philosophy. Most businesses don't need AI yet. They need proper processes first. And when does AI make sense? I'll tell you exactly where and how. No hype, just honest guidance. If you're a coach, consultant, business owner, content creator who wants to work smarter with AI, not harder, subscribe now. I break down what actually works versus what people say and pretend works, and I'll save you from expensive mistakes. Before we dive into the assessment, let me give you some context. According to comprehensive research on AI adoption by UK businesses, only 38% of the businesses who planned to adopt AI actually did so. Think about that. 65% gave up before they even started. And those who did start, 46% scrapped their projects before reaching production. That's not because AI doesn't work, it's because they weren't ready. So how do you know if you're ready? Let's find out. The first pillar is skills and knowledge. And this is where most businesses fail immediately. Here's the reality. Only 28% of UK workforce has sufficient AI skills. But here's a real question you need to ask yourself. Can your team, or even just you, explain what AI actually does? Not the hype, not the buzzwords, but the actual functionality. Let me give you a practical example. Let's say you create YouTube content. You coach, consultant, or business owner who attracts your client with content. And you make videos for your business. And someone tells you should use AI for content repurposing. But before you rush to buy tools, ask yourself, do you understand what repurposing actually means in the workflow terms? Do you know which part of the process can be automated or which one needs human oversight or human input? Can you identify where AI adds value versus where it just adds complexity? If you're thinking here, I just want AI to do everything automatically, you're not ready yet. And that's okay. Here's your first assessment question. On a scale 1 to 5, how well do you understand what AI can and cannot do for your specific business processes? If you answered 1 to 2, stop. Don't buy AI tools yet. Spend the next 2 weeks researching your specific use case. Watch videos, read case studies, and understand the workflow first. If you answered 3 or 4, you're in the learning zone. This is actually perfect to start small pilots. If you answered 5, be careful. Overconfidence leads to poor tool selection. Make sure you're not just confident, but knowledgeable. The second pillar is data quality and governance. This is the silent killer of AI projects. According to the research, only 12% of UK businesses have data that's actually sufficient for AI implementation. 12%. Let me make this concrete with our YouTube content example. You want to use AI to repurpose your content into social media posts, blog articles, newsletters. Sounds simple, right? But ask yourself, are your video transcripts accurate? Do you have a system for storing and organizing your content? Can you easily find and assess past videos and their assets? Do you track what content performs well and why? If you're currently storing your videos randomly within Dropbox, Google Drive, and your desktop without any naming conventions or metadata or organization, AI can't magically fix this. In fact, it'll make it worse. Here's what AI-ready data actually looks like for content creators. Consistent file naming conventions, centralized storage system, transcripts and descriptions stored with each video, performance metrics tracked in one place, content calendar that's actually up to date. Assessment question for you. Do you have a systematic way to organize and assess your content and its performance data? If no, your first project isn't AI implementation. It's creating a content management system. Even a simple spreadsheet better than chaos. If yes, you're ahead of 88% of businesses. Seriously. And this is your green light for AI tools. Pillar 3. Clear business objectives. This is where I see the most expensive mistakes. 80% of AI failures stem from unclear goals. This is not a technology problem. This is a goal problem. Here what usually happens. Someone sees a cool AI demo tool and thinks, we should use that. They buy it, implement it, and 3 months later they wonder why nothing's improved. Let's use our content repurposing example again. I could tell you, use AI to repurpose your YouTube videos. But that's not a business objective. That's an activity. Here are actual business objectives. I want to increase my email list by 500 subscribers in 90 days by publishing more blog content from my videos. Or I want to post daily on LinkedIn without spending more than 2 hours per week on social media. I want to reach podcast listeners by converting my videos into audio format and distributing to 5 platforms. See the difference? Specific number, specific time frame, specific outcome. For each objective, you should be able to answer what's current baseline. For example, I post twice a week on LinkedIn now. What's a target? I want to post 5 times a week. How will I measure success? Engagement rate, follower growth, lead generation. What's the timeline within 60 days, and what resources am I willing to invest? For example, £200 a month tools and 3 hours per week for setup. Here's assessment question for you. Can you write down 3 specific measurable outcomes you want from AI implementation? Have you calculated what achieving these outcomes would be worth for your business? If you can't answer both questions clearly, do not buy AI tools yet. Spend time defining what success actually looks like. Quick question for you. Which of these 3 pillars, skills, data, or objectives, is your biggest challenge right now? Comment down below. I'm really curious. I read every single comment and it genuinely helps me understand and create better content. Pillar 4 is financial and resource reality. The research shows that 70% of the businesses predict that it will take over 12 months to achieve expected ROI from AI. 12 months minimum, not 12 days, not 12 weeks. And here's what most people don't factor in. Software subscription costs. That can be from 50 to 500 quid per month and sometimes per tool. Learning time, 10 to 40 hours to become proficient. Integration time, connecting tools to your existing systems. Troubleshooting time. Things will break, I promise you. Ongoing optimization. AI tools need constant tweaking. Let me give you the content repurposing example with real numbers. Let's break down basic setup cost range. AI repurposing tools would be from 100 to 300 pounds per month. Storage and hosting, 20 to 50 pounds per month. Additional tools for editing and scheduling, from 50 to 100 pounds per month. So total monthly, it may be from 170 to 450 pounds per month. Your time investment, initial setup and learning will take you from 20 to 30 hours in the first month. Ongoing management, 3 to 5 hours per week. First 90 days until you're efficient. Expect this to feel harder, not easier. And here's assessment questions for you. Can you afford these tools for at least 6 months, even if you see zero return? Do you have 5 hours per week minimum to dedicate to learning and optimization? Have you budgeted for tool costs in your business finances? If you answered no to any of this, you're not ready yet, and that's completely okay. It's better to wait until you have resources than get overwhelmed and abandon the project halfway through. If you answered yes, make sure you actually have those time and money allocated, not just theoretically available. The fifth pillar is cultural readiness and change management. Research found that 70% of AI failures are people problems, not technology problems. Even if you're a solopreneur, that applies to you. The people problem is often just you resisting your own changes. Here's what it actually looks like in practice. Let's say you've decided to implement AI content repurposing. You've got the tools, you've got the plan, but then you keep manually doing tasks the old way because it feels faster. You skip AI workflow because you don't want to learn interface today. You get frustrated when AI output needs editing and think, I could have just done it by myself. You abandon the system after 2 weeks because it's not working. This is change management resistant and it's completely normal. Here are the real questions for assessment. Are you willing to do things inefficiently within 30 to 60 days while you learn? Can you accept that AI output will need your editing and refinement? Are you prepared to follow a new system even when the old ways feel easier? Will you commit to using the tool tools at least for 90 days before deciding if it works. And if you're a team, add these questions. Have you explained to your team why you're implementing AI and what's in it for them? Have you addressed their job security concerns honestly? Have you allocated time for training and mistakes? Do you have a plan for ongoing support and troubleshooting? The research shows that successful AI implementations always have someone championing the change, someone who's enthusiastic, who troubleshoots problems, who encourages persistence when things get hard. Are you ready to be that champion? Or do you have someone in your team who will be? If no, wait till you or someone else can commit to driving this change. Without a champion, the tools will sit unused. All right, let's recap the 5 pillars of AI readiness. 1. Skills and knowledge. Understand what AI actually does for your use case. 2. Data quality. Organize your content and information before adding AI. 3. Clear objectives. Define specific, measurable outcomes with timelines. 4. Financial resources. Budget for 6+ months of tools and learning time. And 5. Change management. Commit to pushing through the learning curve. Get these 5 right before you start spending money on tools, and you'll be in 27% who actually succeed with AI instead of the 42% who abandon everything. If this saved you from expensive mistake, hit that like button. It genuinely helps other business owners find this content before they waste money. Consider subscribing because I'm breaking down practical AI implementation for content creators and business owners. What actually works, what's a waste of money, and how to avoid these mistakes that 42% of businesses are making right now. No hype, just honest guidance based on real research and experience. And seriously, comment down below with your biggest challenge. I read every comment and I'll reply with specific next steps for your situation. Remember, AI readiness isn't about having perfect conditions. It's about honest assessment and proper preparation. The businesses succeeding with AI right now, they all started by asking these hard questions first. They didn't rush in because everyone else was doing it. They waited until they were actually ready. And now they're in 27%, seeing real returns, while everyone else is abandoning their projects. You can be in this 27%. Just start with readiness, not with tools. Check out this video next, where I break down the actual cost of AI implementation that nobody tells you about.